Hello, Janice.
Hi, Kelly. How are you today?
Okay, like I shared earlier, I'm getting over sickness, so um, coughing is something that's I'm
It's
having
gonna
to. So
happen.
if I have to mute myself and cough, then I will.
Yeah, yeah. That's just part of the deal. Well, today on Life Talk, we are going into technique 8 of the magic of manifesting and the advanced 15 techniques. And can you say his name? Because I don't think I've ever said his name out of my mouth. I mean,
Yes,
so
it's Ryuu
Ryuu.
Shinohara.
Yeah. I want to say Ryu for some reason. Ryuu
Ryuu
Shinohara.
Shinohara. Yeah.
Okay, maybe I can say it next time. So you're going to do technique number 8, which is
The goal of setting with Ikigai.
Ikigai.
So, yes, let's throw another word at you. And it is spelled Ikigai. Ikigai.
Ikigai. Okay.
Guy. And it's a Japanese word that stands for reason for being or direction or purpose in life.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so how he talks about setting goals with Ikigai is simply to focus on what moves you. Our last time we talked about intuition, and this is about focusing on what moves you. So if you're in your intuition, if you're in that mindfulness state, pay attention to what moves you. What are you curious about? And he talks about the way to find our Ikigai is to stay active and present. And so you look kind of like you have a puzzled look on your face.
Well, I understand the present piece, but what is the active piece? Because, the first thing I think of is exercise.
Well, physically active, yes. Go,
Okay.
and however you create that activity. Does it mean you hang out with friends? Do you go walk in nature? Do something just to move? And he also encourages you to learn something new every day, or he encourages you to learn something new. I threw in the everyday piece.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, just a second. Okay, so because our brains are capable of so much more than we give them credit for, and so it's really encouraging yourself to learn something new. And years ago I became interested in quantum physics, so every day I would listen to a YouTube video, I would read something just to get my brain geared in understanding quantum physics. And so it's kind of each time it's reading a new book that is about something you're unaware of, so you can keep your brain moving in that direction. How would that work for you?
Reading. I don't do the audio stuff. You learn, you pick up techniques through just listening to books and listening to podcasts. And I'm much more visual, so I have to see it. Hearing it is good. Seeing it is better. And seeing it or hearing it, seeing it, and making notes. That's the prime for me. So, reading.
Just a second. How can you encourage people in the audience to find their Ikigai?
Oh, Ikigai and purpose is what do you get involved in thinking about, doing, practicing, where you lose track of time? That is often a marker for purpose. And some people will say, well, I lose track of time watching football on Saturday. Well, that's not what I'm talking about.
Right. That's letting someone else entertain you.
Yeah, that's putting your brain in neutral.
Yes.
I would think. Now, that's from my point of view. Somebody who loves football and knows more about the mechanics, they may say something different.
He also talks about a way to create this ikigai life is to minimize, to declutter, to
Oh,
organize.
minimalization.
Yes, because and I have done this in the past where I just had so much stuff, and then it's maintaining that stuff.
Mhm,
And I've reached the age where stuff doesn't matter.
mhm.
And it's like, I wish I could have taught my kids this. I wish I had learned this when I was 30 of those things don't matter.
Mhm.
And how do you put your time and energy and effort into being
Right.
present with yourself. I shared with you earlier that just because of experiences I've had in my life, I stayed kind of in survival mode.
Mhm.
Especially like when we first met, I was in survival mode. I have a child to feed, and how do I do that? And so I skipped over big chunks of my life trying to get through this instead of just being present with it.
Mhm. Mhm. Yep. Understand that completely.
Mhm. And you mentioned last video about the emotion code. Well, what happens is we're human. We are feeling beings. We're designed to feel, and feelings are supposed to go through us. We're supposed to feel them and they move on, and they get trapped in us, which then blocks our energy flow.
Right.
Yeah.
And blocks our purpose and blocks our intuition and blocks our being present in the moment.
So what I hear you saying is it's all interconnected.
Yep, it is all
It
interconnected.
is. It is, isn't it? Yeah. So goal setting with Ikigai, it's letting your purpose flow through you by just being present, active and present. Um, what are the things you enjoy? Learn something new and focus on the things you enjoy. And if you have clutter that needs to be cleaned up, go clean it up. Um, my daughter said to me the other day, she had this novel concept. If I just do a little bit each day, then it gets done. I was like, wonder where I taught you that years ago that you didn't listen.
Well, I have this voice in my head that says, and you went to, it's too hard. Uh, and so I use a timer. So I on one hand wanted to clean up the kitchen the other night. And on the other hand, my 5-year-old said, "You, I want to watch TV." And so I used my timer and I set it for 12 minutes. And then I thought, okay, whatever I get done in 12 minutes is more than I had before. So I I didn't try to hurry, but I was doing it, and it was all done, and I had 2.5 minutes left so that I could take that part that wanted it done and could say to the other part that didn't want to do it, see, it didn't take that long. You need to, I
I,
can't hear you.
I really like your example because what you're describing is the IFS, the internal family
Yep.
systems parts therapy, and how important it is to hear those parts, but not give over to them if they're
Well,
not in, not the direction we want to be going.
right, right. And so ikigai to me is I may know the purpose, I may know what I'm supposed to do, but I may have this part of me that says, I don't want to do that.
Mhm,
Just like the doing a little bit every day that your daughter talked about.
mhm. All right. So technique 8 is goal setting with Ikigai.
Mhm.
It's a reason for being. Just kind of be present with yourself, be active, declutter, minimize, organize,
And
uh,
learn something new.
and learn something new. It never hurts someone to learn something new. You know,
Mhm.
one of our previous techniques talked about even talking to someone who has an opinion different than yours,
Yep.
just to let your brain hear some new information.
Right. Right.
All right. We will see you next time.
Okay. Like and subscribe to Life Talk.
All right. See you.
Bye-bye.